Hey everybody, welcome to episode 11 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Get our 0.90 game resumed. So we did some building upgrades and are able to actually carry more contracts right now. We still have a basic jet engine test in flight, and they want to test it through the staging, which might be difficult for me. And get a visual survey. The visual survey is a ways off. Let's see what else we have. Science data from space isn't going to be really useful right now. Test a stack decoupler in flight. That's going to be higher than where I can fly. Skipper. Mark 55 radial mount liquid engine. Explore the moon. So we're getting up to the point where we can consider doing some moon missions and Minmus missions. But the first thing I need to do is actually head into the science, the old research and development, and spend the science that we have. I think we'll... Do I want to do general construction? That would make things much more stable and give me launch stability enhancers. I think I will go ahead and pick up that. And it's 9,000 funds for all the parts. I don't need all the parts, I just need some of the parts. So I need that one. And I need that one. And when I think about doing moon, I might do that one later, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. That is going to do it for the old science. And yeah, I just got to get this visual survey done for a cash injection, really. So in our previous one, we had this rocket-assisted takeoff, which actually has this landing gear that I can't use because I don't have them actually available to me. So that means I can't rely on the landing gear here, which would mean which actually does necessitate a vertical takeoff position. I'm going to... And you say that my center of lift is off-center. That's strange. I'm going to work on this. Model 4. In the hangar. So here's the Model 4. The hangar will naturally snap it to more of a takeoff thing. But what I really want to do, actually, is just move these control surfaces in, so that they are not hanging over the edge, and I can actually use this to stand the plane on. I only want one guy right there, like so. Let's check our center of mass and center of lift. Looking good. Now we go like this. And we should just be able to stand it up on the ground like so and have it take off. Let's try it. And see if we can't get that visual survey done. Oh, I know what I can do. What I can do is this. Engines. If I put on another jet engine. Like so. I can actually stand the plane up on the jet engine. And, let's get some more air intake into this thing. Model 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and add an extra stage for this engine as the test engine to be activated when we're actually at the appropriate altitude and speed. So let's see how we do. Okay, it hasn't fallen over. That's a good sign. We have Jeb on board, so we'll go ahead and activate navigation. SAS, full throttle. It's going to take just a moment for these engines to spool up to full lift. Here we go. And we are officially on our way. Whoa. All right. Yeah, this is going to be a crash. This is going to be a terrible crash. Boom. Revert to displace plane hangar. More than anything, I bet it's because the... Well, this is saying the center of lift has moved. Oh, it has. Yeah, so you got to be really careful of this kind of thing. I mean, this is pretty unstable, actually. There's so much mass back here that I really got to do a different kind of configuration. Like this. And if I want any sort of tail authority, so you can see, I get to do some pretty funky designs. Let me get this to 45, like that. Now, pitch and yaw, roll only, stand it up on that one engine. All right, attempt number 2. Okay, once again to the map. Activate navigation. Let's see if this works a little bit better. Full throttle, spool up. Okay, we have decent control. The plane isn't instantly falling apart, which is good. We have decent yaw control. All right. What a strange looking bird. Uh-oh. Now we've done it. Okay, now we're just sort of tumbling. Definitely tumbling and falling, more than actually controlled flight. I'm not entirely sure why this configuration is coming off as so unstable. Activating navigation again. Okay. Now it's like flying backwards. Why are you trying to fly backwards? I obviously need to completely redesign this plane. I have an idea. I know what to do. I think I know what to do. Okay, we're going to do a redesign here on this plane. We've been having a hard time getting things to work right, so rather than putting all the liquid fuel in here, what I'm going to do is put the liquid fuel in here so that when I move things around, my center of mass will actually move along with the center of lift, be more likely to move along with my center of lift. So let me just slap that on, get some engines on there, and aerodynamic, some nose cones. I wonder if these nose cones are also causing me problems. Now, wouldn't that be interesting? I wouldn't think they would, but Okay, so now I need the Mark 1 air intake fuselage. And if I should just put another one of those on. So you can see my center of mass is barely shifting with those. And back here, engine. This is the second stage engine. So that has a lot of mass and actually makes my center of balance more back here. We ended up with this rear wing situation. And I don't want that. What I want to do is put a fuel tank right there. In aerodynamic, grab the fuselage. Grab one engine. So the problem is I need to move my center of lift so far back for that to work. Yeah, this liquid fuel fuselage does the same thing. Aerodynamics. So you can see I'm messing with this. It's really important that your center of lift... In fact, what if I do this? Be, around here in the center of mass so that as your tanks drain, the center of mass doesn't shift much. We'll just stand on top of that, I guess. Control surfaces. Tail fin. So there's yaw. There's pitch. These are still roll. I can bring my lift quite a bit forward now. And now I might be able to stick another engine on the back. Nope, that doesn't have I don't have enough control authority with that kind of setup. It's not going to work. And the other problem is I need another tail fin right here so that the plane can pretty much start off on the tail fins. Okay, so here we are on the runway once again, trying this. I'm going to have a really hard time with this contract, testing the basic jet engine. I might have to, if I can fuddle with the staging, maybe I can do it. But, quick save, and spool up the old throttle, and just do a vertical launch. Okay, we're pretty stable. At least we seem to be. Doesn't look like Jeb has to work too hard to control this. So, let's go and navigate now, see if we can't fly this thing around. Yep, it's not instantly falling out of the sky, so that's good. That's a good sign. All right, let's fly over. It's probably going to take me a little bit to... Well, you know what I'm going to do, though? Okay, we're going to get to altitude. Because we do fly faster when we're higher. So let's go ahead and throttle it up. And get this thing running. So I have to be careful of my altitude. I forgot to add more air intakes on. That's okay. We're in the right altitude range. Now what I need to do is actually see if I can't get up to the correct speed. And then figure out how to restage these engines, essentially. But I need to get higher or have more power to get to this speed. Yeah, that air intake is definitely getting awfully low. Okay. I'm taking it. We got credit for the contract. Yeah, that air intake is dangerously low, so we are going to dive a little bit, but we're picking up some speed, so, oh, brother. Do we need to visual survey over 18,000 meters or something? Well, so far we haven't flamed out, which means we have more air intake than the engines are using. I might be able to cheat it by slowing down. But you can see we can fly over there pretty quick. However, I'm just going to go ahead and pull myself a bad Jeb flight maneuver. That's the only thing this plane can't do is land. So we've got to head over to the runway and figure out how to do vertical takeoff and landing with jet engines. Craziness. We've barely touched our liquid fuel. What I could probably do is next time just fly with this tank full of fuel, and these two could be empty fuselage. Or no, I need the fuel in here in order to counterbalance the to help me with the center of mass. You know, I might be able to do a water landing pretty good. Let's aim for a water landing. Alright. So we're gliding down to the water here. Shut down the engines. We should just be able to glide on down. Looks like our glide slope's pretty good. Our jet engines have shut completely off. Looks like we have about a 10%, 10-degree glide slope, which is kind of nice. If only this thing had landing gear, we could actually land it really easily. But she doesn't, so I'll have to take it over to the runway. Or take it over to the water to land. Alright, so here we are over the water now. I can turn off the torque module, that doesn't need to be on. Any control we have can be done from the tail rudder. And we're just trying to let this thing glide itself into the water. It seems to have a great glide slope. Although right now I have to push down on the stick. Or, okay, let's pitch up a little bit. We're at 31 feet. And just getting ourselves a normal flare here to bleed off some extra speed. Oh, she's got to fall out of the sky any second now. We'll take it. Recover vessel. So at the end of that crazy mission, we ended up with 39 science remaining. I don't think that's enough to buy anything new, but that's okay. We got some funds back. Down to 61,000 funds now. Crew didn't gain any experience or reputation or anything. But we did complete a couple of contracts, so we'll go take a look at those really quick. We were able to test the basic, the jet engine in flight, and in episode 12 we'll have to take a look at getting some more lucrative contracts and stuff like that. So until next time, keep flying and stay shiny. Goodbye! Yes? I don't know. I'll have whatever mom makes, okay?